Greetings, it is I, Tantus Naravan Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome. It's time to continue our discussion of anime from the Winter 2016 season, and in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about using them in your BESM game. So let's dive into it. Let's talk about Young Blackjack. For this one, I would give your characters 140 points. You're going to make them medical students. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to deal with procedures and surgeries and cases that they might have to solve. And I would also include in things about like that seedy underbelly and the corruption of the medical system of 1960s Japan. I would use that. Or you could use 1960s anywhere, or you could use any kind of set piece where the medical system would be sort of have this corruption. Japan is the one that they show off in the series very well, so I could recommend that one. But you're going to deal with that, sort of like dealing with the administration and dealing with cronyism, dealing with maybe you're being told to have surgery on someone who's more important, but this other person needs it more, kind of thing, stuff like that. And you could even drive your characters towards that sort of dark underbelly of maybe becoming underground doctors, as a group together, like underground practice, if you will. You could go that route, so you could actually move from Young Blackjack into getting to a series more about normal Blackjack. You could do that evolution. You could start here and move into that very well. Instead of just sort of diving into that series on its own, you could. It's very well a good option. So let's talk about N Masques. I'd give your characters 250 points for this. Make them either knights or knights in training if you really want to, sort of like that they're not full knights. And then put them into situations where they have to fight with other knights, they have to compete with other knight groups from different sort of branches of the organization, Knights of the World. You could also give them sort of, I would recommend maybe giving them some kind of protectorate, similar to in the anime that Yotaro has a protectorate, someone he wants to look after. Give them either give them most likely an NPC that's going to be this protectorate character that all of them are going to want to sort of defend and flock around your characters. And then you can sort of build the adventures around there, that maybe you're dealing with the knights, maybe you're dealing with like an evil organization, maybe you're dealing with other problems that are going on related to that person. You can get into whatever you want, and you can make sure your characters develop everything about their knights. They're going to design all the different things and mimic the anime. Like they should probably have a squire, horse, and lance. But you could do more than just that. They would design all of these things. So lastly is Noragami Aragoto. For this one, I'd give your characters 300 points. You could do something like making them a minor god. You could make them another supernatural creature. You could make them a regalia of some type. The regalia have taken a lot of different forms, and they show that in the anime, that some of them could do things on their own. Like there's the one that turns into a lion. On the other hand, some of them, they have to be used as weapons by minor gods, so they might be working together with another character. Some of them could sort of do stuff on their own, even. You could also be a character more like Hiyori, who has like some very good fighting abilities when she's in spirit form, but she also is sort of like vulnerable too, and that would be a very interesting character to make. Of course, then you're going to have your characters deal with other gods, deal with phantoms, deal with situations in life, and they most than likely are trying to make a name for themselves, even in modern day. So they're sort of, your characters should be, as I said, minor gods. Maybe minor gods all of something kind of similar kind of ideas, or they could make it that even if they have different concepts behind their godhood, that they should at least be similar, so it makes sense as to why they're working together to all basically make themselves more well-known. There's a certain number of gods of fortune. You could make them gods of fortune. Of course, those are sort of a little more they're usually a little more known, unfortunately, so it fits a little less in that kind of a concept, but it's that idea that they are some kind of like either group or could be grouped together to explain why they're working together, if more than one of them is minor god. Because again, one of them could just be a god, and the rest could be like Regalia or someone like Hiyori. Up to your characters. So that's it for today. I talked about these 3 anime, gave you some suggestions for using them in your BESM game, gave you a little bit of information that might help you. If you have any questions, comments, anything you want to say, anything you think I left out, please leave in the comments below. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. It shows your support for the channel, the Empire, and that you like the videos I'm making. Please subscribe if you already haven't. We're always looking for more members, more citizens. And please share this video. If you know anybody that will learn anything from it, or just enjoy watching it, please share it with them. Until next time, I bid you farewell.